Recording.
Okay. This is our pitch proposal for our short horror film called Midnight Dread. Next.
So the premise is that a young woman who is plagued by night terrors seeks her brother's guidance as the demons become a bit too real, and our tagline for it is "You'll never sleep again." Next slide, please.
So our influences were films like Insidious, because we liked the demon from that and the idea of the demons. We took inspiration from cinematography and colour palettes of Smile. We like the black eyes when people get possessed in Talk to Me. That was a really cool effect. And we love the sound effects from A Quiet Place, like the clicking of the monster's ears and things like that. So yeah, next slide.
So the overview is, it's written by us, obviously Boom Studios. The duration will be 5 to 10 minutes. Content advisory, probably 16 plus, just because it's a horror, and that typically goes for 16 to 18. But yeah, next slide.
So our story centres around sleep paralysis, which is a phenomenon in which the resumption of consciousness occurs while muscle atonia of REM sleep is maintained, leading to intense fear and apprehension in the patient as they see visions that they are awake for but can't do anything about. And online we found a sufferer of sleep paralysis who said, "It's like being locked in your body, unable to move or scream while something sinister lurks in the shadows." Next slide, please.
Yep, so Act 1, our plot surrounds our main character, who is called Izzy, and her brother Alex. And Izzy's recently moved into a new house, and she's been experiencing sleep paralysis. So the film starts with her lying in bed, drenched in sweat, and the camera pans to her ceiling, where she sees a hand coming out of the dark, scratching at the wall. And it goes back to her, and we see the demon sort of looming over her, and she's unable to move. She calls her brother, who comes to see if she's alright, and she explains her night terrors and shows the markings on the wall, but her brother can't see them, and she tries to get him to stay the night because she's scared. Yeah, next slide please.
Then in Act 2, she can't sleep that night, afraid of what will come if she does. So she goes to see Alex, who is sleeping in the living room peacefully. She goes to get a glass of water and puts it on the table, convinced she can see something out of the corner of her eye. A drawer suddenly swings open and knives are falling onto the floor. A glass on the table starts glittering, and before she knows it, she turns around and the same demon from her night terrors is hovering over her brother in the living room. Next slide, please.
And then the demon is going to see her in the kitchen, and it starts running towards Izzy. She's going to like scramble away and fall over onto the floor, and then in the process she's going to scream and wake up her brother Alex. He's going to run into the kitchen and see what's wrong, but he's not going to be able to see anything because he can't see the demon. And then once the demon realises Alex is awake, he's going to turn around again, and Izzy's going to try and warn Alex of the demon coming to kill him, and then because he's not going to see it, it's going to grab the back of his head and it's going to possess him, and he's going to have a very gruesome death. And then Izzy's going to be so freaked out that she runs out the house, and that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then we've got cast and crew, and we've got extra crew from actually the art department in college, like for set design and stuff. And then in terms of resources, we'll need a Lumix camera, a tripod, fake blood, appropriate lighting, a bedroom, and any other necessary props, all of which we are able to access. And then we'll take necessary health and safety precautions, so no contact between fake blood and cast's eyes, and managing camera equipment sensibly, and making sure everyone's comfortable on set. And we'll obviously have papers to fill out and sign as well. Yep. That's it.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right. So, any questions?
I have one question. How are you going to achieve the demon?
Well, we bought some. We kind of want to have a. We want to use like the camera to tell. So we're not going to really show it until the end. That's why we had like the. Should have mentioned that probably, but we had like the hand on the wall, so it's like hinting at it.
Yeah.
And then it's going to go back to Izzy on the bed, but it's not going to show the demon. It's going
Right.
to show her reaction to what she's seen, but we're never going to be able to see it until
Right.
the very end.
What about when it's looming over her brother?
Yeah, we were going to have.
So that's me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be quite low light, we think. So you'll
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
see a figure.
A figure, dark figure. Yeah.
We've ordered like
Yeah.
body paint, and we'll probably like have a lot of editing for like overlays to make it darker.
Yeah.
So that it's not as obvious.
And like we say, a lot of the inspiration's from Insidious, The Last Key, where the demon looks quite human. It's just moving in an
Yeah.
inhuman way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maisie does like chess. She's
Yeah.
quite good. For
Very
that, so
good.
I thought
Very
about
good. Excellent. That's yeah. No, that's just all I wanted to know. Any other questions? Feedback? Again, really well presented, really well thought out. I like how achievable it seems. It seems very practical.
Yeah.
Seems very seems like something that you could easily do well.
Yeah, I wanted to like, keep it to one room because we had
That's
like
it.
ideas of going to like a hospital, but we thought
Yeah.
some short films have done really well just in one set, and the set changes
Yeah.
as the characters change.
That's
and
it. Again, good rule of thumb for short films or any of this stuff is just use what you have. If you have access to a house, use a house. Don't necessarily have access to a hospital. Don't plan
exactly.
to use a hospital. But again, I really like that. It seems really well planned out. You've got a lot of contingencies. Clearly, you've even thought through the demon thing, which I wasn't too clear on.
Yeah, we should have done fine.
Maybe you should have mentioned that a little bit as well. But again, but overall, though, very good. Well done.